Hello, I'm Adam.
And I'm Rob.
And welcome to a very special Horror Dell Media where we've got faces and stuff.
I know, it's our first ever recorded podcast. You can see our faces. We've never done this before.
It feels like we should have done this maybe a year ago when lockdown was happening, before everyone got sick of this and stopped doing it.
Yeah, this is now really, really boring and tame.
But look, a spooky candle holder.
Oh my goodness, where's that from? Nice. What do I have? Tesco Halloween cupcakes.
Oh, so festive. And look upon my pumpkins and sparkly lights. This is what it's like to live within a house of horror.
Amazing, yeah. I wish I was there. It says "RIP" on your wall.
Yep, that's where the crack in the wall was. It got torn, so we had to stick it together with a gravestone. Yes,
nice.
Yes,
cool.
So yes, we've got an interesting show. We thought we'd do something a bit different for Horror Dell Media. So yeah, we're gonna keep the changes happening. We're not gonna have the standard format once again. We're gonna do something a bit more spooky.
Cool. All right. Cool.
All
yeah,
right.
I'm up for that. Yeah,
All right.
yeah. Spook it up.
Rob, what have you been watching or doing lately that spookify our people?
I watched Halloween 1 and Halloween 2 purely because of the fact that they're on Netflix. Yeah. I mean,
so is that the first time you've seen 2?
I saw 2 a few years ago. It's not. It doesn't break any new ground, does it? It's not.
It's got a bunch of naughty nurses, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it has loads of hot nurses. But yeah, it's just Halloween, but 20 minutes later, go from there. They're in a hospital. More people die. Yeah.
There's a car crash that's quite shocking, if I remember rightly.
So the car crash. So one can only assume that that's a little boy, right?
Yeah.
Boy trick-or-treating, and he gets pummeled by a car, smashed into another car, bursts into flame, and gets squashed and burned and dies. And then
his head falls off as well, doesn't it, or something?
They try and shoot him a couple of times, and they're kind of like, "Is it him? Is it him? Maybe check first before you cause him to have the worst death out of anyone in the first 2 movies."
Yeah, pretty something. And then of course we've got the guy slipping over in the blood, which is all good. I've been getting into my noir-y things again. But when there's noir-y horror, it tends to be purple and black rather than black and white. So there's loads of these like LA-based sort of vampire things. Bliss is one. My brother recommended another one. There seems to be loads of these things. But Bliss, I just say Bliss is superb. Bliss is everything a modern horror should be. It's a kind of allegory for drug abuse, classic, where an artist in LA is struggling, so she takes this weird drug to make her head expand into the new dimension. But the drug turns her into a vampire.
Oh. What do you mean the drug turns into a vampire?
Well, she starts like hungering for blood, and she seems to become super strong. It's a weird one, but it's fun.
Okay.
So yeah, I've also finally watched Chud. I was more familiar with the sequel. Cannibalistic humanoid underground dweller.
You want to be a chud, don't you? I feel like
I'd love to be a
always
chud.
You talk about chud so warmingly and enthusiastically.
Well, Chud 2.
What would you like most about being a chud? The community?
Community? Yeah. Although one thing, Chud is a sort of mutant that lives in the sewers, and they're called cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. But if you are under attack by a swarm of cannibalistic sharks, you'd be fine. Because they would eat each other.
Yeah, that's true.
It would solve itself.
Yeah. What do you want to do now? Do you want to go into your spooky tales, or
let's go to the spooky tales? So our Patreon supporters will know that I do these spooky tales. I do little voices of the creatures, of the fairies and the pixies and the gnomes, of folklore in English history. And it's fun. It's good fun. And I've started doing a couple more as the patrons will know. If I just swap my screen, I can bring up the thing. So I've been doing some digging. The spooky tales originally were me looking into folk stories and, you know, fun spooky things about witches being naughty and all that sort of good stuff. But I have this vague memory of something that happened in Hitchin when we were probably in less than 10, late 90s. So I thought I'd do some digging and actually found kind of a spooky tale, which I thought would be good to set the tone. It's not so much a fun spooky tale as it is a horrific example of human monstrosity. I don't know if that's the right way of describing it.
Am I going to remember this local tragedy or whatever it is?
Well, let's find out. So,
all right, okay.
I'm gonna do my best spooky voice. We'll add some spooky music on, or something. Right. So, the story opens in May 1998. Bubbles the cat went missing. Posters of Bubbles were posted along Old Hellway and ventured all the way into Strathmore Avenue and Heathfield Road. Unfortunately, Bubbles owners couldn't afford much of a reward. Say that again. Unfortunately, Bubbles owners couldn't afford much of a reward, but added a picture of their rosy-cheeked blonde daughter Susie to the poster to try and gain a little sympathy. Unfortunately, Bubbles was never found, but was the first of a series of cats that went missing in the area. As posters were added on top of other posters, the local newspaper started to run a story of the weird number of missing animals, with some wondering if it was a fox or maybe a badger. Does this ring any bells?
No.
So
I've
later
never
that
heard
year,
this story before.
Oh, go on.
It does not strike me as familiar. These missing beasts.
Right. Wow. Let's find out if you hear some more. By the way, is my camera still working when I swap screen?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So later that year, around September, reports of a black vauxhall began to circulate around the local primary schools. It was
black
reported
vauxhall sounds very seedy. Sorry, go on.
There is a seedy vehicle. So reports of a black vauxhall began to circulate around the local primary schools. It was reported as suspicious, and should anyone spot it in the area, they were told not to approach and instead call the police immediately. Now, weirdly, I actually remember that. I remember hearing that in the school assembly, and we went out to try and find the car. Because we had some idea that we might, as 10-year-old boys, be able to, I don't know, commit an act of mob justice. And
yeah, you would have just been ran over or kidnapped, or worse.
Yeah,
just no good would have come of that.
What we expected was to have some sort of lynch mob and sort of, solve
drag them out in a net.
But yeah, so we never found out. We never found the car. We never found out what that was about. Now, the following year, in January 1999, Ellie Maxwell, a local 10-year-old girl, went missing. Her picture was circulated everywhere, with her blonde pigtails in her main photo becoming a kind of regular sight in the area. Unfortunately, these were the days before CCTV was so common. There was no cameras on people's doorbells or anything like that. But sightings were reported all the way up to St Neots. But there was one of a black Vauxhall lingering outside a local school before speeding off towards town. In March of the same year, 9-year-old Alexandra Minor disappeared during a family hike outside Jerry's Hole in Ickleford.
Oh.
Locals gathered and searched the swampy area but found nothing except a single red polka dot shoe and a hairbrush matted with Alexandra's blonde hair.
Oh.
Told you it wasn't much of a fun story, this one. But the turning point was on August 19th when shop staff were alerted by a terrified scream in the toy aisle of Woolworths and rushed to find a young girl fighting off a man believed to be in his 40s, dressed in a brown leather jacket and, most disturbingly, a Pikachu t-shirt.
Whoa. Hang on, he was in his 40s and he had a Pikachu t-shirt in the 90s. Wow.
Pretty messed up. I think you'll agree.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen. There should be no concept of retro cool.
Oh, it wouldn't be retro cool. This guy must have watched SMTV Live.
Yeah, he's a child man.
So the man made a hasty retreat, and the shop staff were left to look after the girl, eventually finding her parents shopping for calendars in WH Smith. Good parents. Although this was the 90s, everyone was on their own. That's my memory.
This is very nostalgic, this story. I mean, you're talking about calendars in WH Smith. You're talking about Woolworths. It's making me warm and fuzzy despite the blatant
Well, you
child
would
molester.
assume she's probably found outside the Beast Wars toys. The 99. Might be a bit late. Maybe he was a Beast Wars shopper too.
Maybe.
But the mistake, anyway, was made. The man was later identified as William Albert, 48 years old, from Stormont Road. He was a quiet, brooding man who neighbours claimed to keep to himself, having been made redundant the previous year from his job in London. When police arrived at his home, they were met with a truly disturbing sight. Piles of newspapers and takeaway cartons were stacked up, covered in cigarette ash and hair. Blonde hair. On the mantelpiece there was a red polka dot shoe and a row of cat skulls, some still bearing the rotten flesh and matted fur. Now, William was nowhere to be found until they went in the loft a couple of days later. Though I won't share with you what was in the loft. It's a bit too grim for a light entertainment podcast. Only to say that the victims were not found safe and well. And neither was William, who had seemingly taken his own life some days before, having
Oh my goodness.
been found being gnawed at by what appeared to be the razor teeth of at least a dozen cats. So, William Albert. Interesting story. You look horrified, Rob.
Oh, I'm very horrified. I did not know that this happened in our hometown. Cat killer, child killer, keeper of skulls.
Well, it feels like it did. I feel like it was talked about a lot when we were younger, but I feel like it's gone very quiet. Same with the body that was found in the antique shop. Everyone talked about it at the time. You
There's
know.
a body found in the antique shop?
Oh yeah, did you not know about that?
No.
Next to the Albert pub, where that antique shop was, that did all like the wooden stuff.
Oh, there was a body in there.
They found there was some sort of cupboard, and there was a dead body in it.
Do you remember the Burger King Hitchin used to have, and there was a bad smell for months, and they closed it down, and then there was a dead body rumor.
What?
And
No,
then
I
it
don't
kind of
remember that.
It transpired between Letchworth and Hitchin, but they found a dead body in Burger King.
In the Hitchin one,
Yeah.
there's now a tap. Is it?
Was a Prezzo, then shut down. Now it's just whatever it is now.
I think it might be empty. Well, I didn't know that. So that was where, for listeners' sake, that was where every child of our age had at least one birthday party, I think, in the upstairs. Well, that's brilliant. Do you remember the dog? The dog in the Chinese restaurant?
Aroma?
Yeah.
That was a lie, wasn't it?
Apparently it was a duck.
Which they do eat in Chinese restaurants.
Yeah. A guy ran into the kitchen, went into the freezer and pulled out a frozen duck. And went, oh, look, it's a dog.
Do you know what? If that's the aroma was the best all-you-can-eat buffet around, it was delicious. It was amazing. If it's shut down because some arsehole lied about a dog being in there,
I'm pretty sure that's what caused it.
I would spit on his grave.
I remember the little cubes of jelly, and the milk jelly or custard or whatever.
Oh yes, I remember that. Yeah.
So yeah, but in the world of spooks, William Albert potentially still haunts the house he lived in. It still exists. So I was wondering, do we try and do a seance?
You want to do a seance of a child killer, cat killer?
Why not? Worse things have happened.
Okay, all right, sign me up. Let's do it.
Okay, how do we do?
Are we going to be offending any locals as the victims all moved away? The
That's a very good
relatives
question.
of the deceased.
It's a very good question. I assume what's the thing about time?
25 years?
25 years.
Close enough.
23 years?
Yes, that's pretty much there.
Oh,
it's all good.
Right. A candle. Do you know how to do seance? Can you look up a seance? This is a great idea. I have a choice of 2 candles. Don't know which one you prefer. I've got a Yankee Candle pumpkin pecan pie. Smells delicious.
For best results, you'll need a group of spiritual believers who are. This is from WikiHow. You'll need a group of spiritual believers who are open to contacting a spirit. Set up your seance in a quiet room, then sit with your participants in a circle. When you're ready, begin the seance and ask your questions. After the spirit stops answering or you're finished, close the seance by thanking the spirits.
Okay, I think we need some sort of treat as well. Oh, you've got your muffins. Why don't you hold up your muffin? Or cupcake, or whatever it is. I've got a candle. I won't go for the Yankee Candle because it seems a bit bourgeois for a murderer. Okay, right. So you've got the cupcake. I've got a candle. It sort of looks a bit too bright. And I get. And what does WikiHow tell us to do now?
We just ask it questions. Quiet room.
You have to do some sort of chanting.
5 people you believe in the spirit world. Prepare basic. Once you contact a spirit, how do you?
I feel like there's a step. I'll
Take your table with the candles and ritual supplies you plan to use. Candles out of space. Incense. Fuck it.
Well, I've got smelly candles, so that's incense.
Yeah, that's true. If you got an item that belonged to the person you want to contact, helps, but we don't have that.
I've got a hairbrush with blonde hair on it.
You can choose a tool for contacting the dead, either a spirit board or a pendulum.
Will this hairbrush with blonde hair on it do?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Seems to be what he liked.
Welcome to spirits. Have everyone sit down and patiently wait while you light the candles in the center of the table. Make sure electric lighting has been turned off or dimmed. I am dimmed. Light incense and turn on instrumental music as if you wish. Once everything is ready, assess the environment, make adjustments if necessary to create the right atmosphere. Chill. Right. So we need to. How are your fit? We got to get a feeling of our moods, Adam. What's your mood?
I'm quite calm.
Oh, I'm calm. We can't join hands, but let's join. Join mind hands.
Yes.
Focus on the purpose of your seance. Okay, so focus on William Albert.
Focus on a murdering arsehole.
Cool. Recite an opening incantation. I've got one here.
Ha. All right.
We welcome any good spirits who are near us to join our circle. Oh, we need bad spirits, apparently. We welcome any bad spirits who are near us to join our circle. Please make your presence known.
Yeah, this is.
We're reaching out. We're reaching out to William Albert. Please join us in our circle tonight when you are ready.
Okay, and then do we wait until?
We wait. We could say, we pray for protection that beings that would do us harm. We ask God or goddess, whoever we worship, that only good spirits will be allowed in our circles. But let this bad one in.
We're gonna do it. We gotta do it. You know.
Yeah, we want the bad spirit to come in, but please protect us in case he wishes to strike us. Ask the spirit a question when you feel it's near.
Okay. William Albert, I've got a brush of blonde hair. I understand that's what you liked. This belongs to a little girl who loves cats. I hear you have opinions about cats as well. Oh, my channel flickered there. You've got opinions about cats. Please come and make a sign if you're here. Do you want cupcakes?
Do you want a cupcake? Mr. Albert, would you like some of this cupcake?
You could dip the brush in the cupcake, scoop it.
Hair and cup.
Hair and cup. That sounds delicious.
Come on, Mr. Albert. Well,
is this a terrible idea?
Yeah, I think it's a terrible idea.
Okay, well, let's give him one more chance. William Albert, we understand you liked Pikachu and Pokemon. Rob loves Pokemon. If you can possess him, if you can enter his body via any orifice, choice is yours.
Yeah, any all welcome.
And then you make a sign, some sort of way of showing that you're here. On a wave. Okay, well, sod it. Shall we move on?
Yeah. Oh well. Sorry, everyone. It's our first séance, so you know there's always going to be a fail.
Well, you know, worth a try. You never know. That could have been super spooky. All right. Well.
I didn't want to talk to him anyway, to be honest.
He's a twat, isn't he? He's a
bit of an arsehole.
Yeah. Prick. Yeah. Hope you heard that. Wait. Prick. To yell down at him, obviously. Okay. Well, we are a movie podcast, believe it or not. Anything to report, Robert? Seen anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to quick fire some horror questions at you.
Okay.
I'm going to see how you go with this. Okay, most overrated horror movie.
Most overrated horror movie. Oh my God, straight in there. I'm going to say Saw.
Saw. That's very highly rated.
I don't get it.
Why?
I think it's obnoxious. I think it's, I don't know. It feels too. But I mean, the first one's interesting because the first one's an experiment. But the fact it goes on and on.
Is it the way the kind of they deify? I can never say that word. Jigsaw. He's got his rules and he's got his kind of, this is the system. I'm offering you this stuff.
Mm.
But after a while, repetitive nonsense that doesn't make any sense. You're just torturing these people and permanently deforming them. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
it just
it.
seems a little silly.
It's the gratuitous. I can't say that word either. Oh my god. It's the explicit violence that just is a bit much, you know?
That was at the time when, because Hostel shortly followed it, and it was like, oh, what's next? What's the next most gory thing we can do? Let's blow Torture Girl's eye off.
Well,
and
that's true. I mean, thankfully that era might be gone, because now it's ghosts. Well, is it still ghosts? It was ghosts for a bit.
Malevolent spirits and stuff. It is just ghosts at the moment.
And
it has been for years and years and years.
Well, you might start getting some weirder stuff with stuff like Malignant. The best horror film of the year. But yes, no, Saw. Do you have an opinion? What's your?
Yeah, I would probably agree with you there. I don't. I mean, watching Halloween back, I don't know why Black Christmas isn't the famous one.
Yeah.
I think Halloween's great, don't get me wrong, but I think Black Christmas is a scarier, creepier, better horror movie, to be honest.
Well, I thought I used to forgive Halloween a lot of its problems because I always thought it was the first. The first Steadicam, the first, horror villain where you didn't really understand what they were up to. And then I saw Black Christmas and went, oh. Well, I guess it wasn't that original then.
What about?
I'm kind of with you on that. Black Christmas is so ahead of the game.
Yeah, it is. It's just raises the bar and it's very, very creepy. There's no horror film that early. Obviously, if you're going back to like Exorcist era, that's very creepy. But if you're talking about a film where just someone's voice on a phone gets so under your skin, that film is creepy as hell. Really terrifying.
I assume that's the original, the calls coming from inside the house.
Yeah.
I think it is, anyway. I mean, it's pretty sure Scream took his film. All right, next question.
All right, a film that most screwed you up.
Well, I've said before, Tremors really messed me up. So I watched it way too young.
Was that a head?
The flipping farmer's head, yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez. They pick up the hat. I remember my brother saying how funny the film was. And then the first thing I see is the hat, the head.
There's something about a disembodied head that, yeah.
The head from Jaws.
It's too much for young eyes.
The head bit in Jaws.
Yeah. Ooh.
First time I saw that, I remember I had the TV remote in my hand and just automatically changed the channel. No, done.
It just made me. The thing about that jump scare is they don't string you when it first moves. They let you see the whole face, and then they do the strings, and that way it's 10 times more terrifying because it gives you time to realize what the hell you're looking at. Yeah. Okay. Favorite monster.
Favorite monster? Is that including your Freddy's?
No. So you no ghost faces, no Michaels, no Jasons, no Freddys. I'm talking Xenomorphs. I'm talking The Thing. I'm talking
the
Blob.
Well, in that case, The Thing.
The Thing.
What is it? What does it look like?
What is it?
I remember
they show it in the stupid prequel. Wasn't it frozen in the ice in a form, or was that maybe just morphing out of the last alien it had touched?
Yeah, I think it's more because you sort of see it goes all like that, doesn't it? And it's like,
Right.
but I think that's it, like taking every form at once.
Yeah.
So I think it's supposed to be. I don't know where I got this from. Isn't it supposed to be like a hive of things? It's supposed to be like
Right.
a hive mind of like tiny little things.
It's been infected by like everything.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's quite horrific. There's a bit in the Blob. Have you seen the 80s Blob? Yeah.
I haven't seen the 80s Blob, no.
There's a bit in that really gives it a weird sense of scale because it like opens up and a different color bit flops out. It's like it's growing from inside. And you're like, oh, it's not just jam. There's something else happening here.
Oh, cool.
That's quite cool. Now you say that. But then again, Xenomorph is still the best looking throbbing cock alien you could possibly come across.
I was watching, I'm assuming a lot of people watch this, but the How It's Made, which you were talking about, they went into aliens. And I've read up about this before, but the arguments that the British crew was having with James Cameron, who they hated, he ended up firing with like one of the chief people who was building everything completely wrong and against his orders. And then he had to like swallow his pride in the end and get back in front of the crew and apologize to everyone, and that earned their respect and they're able to finish the movie. But it sounded like an absolute nightmare to film.
My problem with Aliens is Alien, you never see the creature and you know that it's terrifying even without seeing it. But Aliens is just a load of rubber puppet men. It really undermines the horror, I think. It makes them a swarm. Whereas before it's an unstoppable killing machine. That's my only thing with Aliens. Yeah.
But it is cool.
Oh yeah, and it's quotable as hell.
The coolest.
Yeah. What if Aliens and Starship Troopers combined, and actually the Marines did cool stuff?
That'd be pretty cool. So would there be aliens and bugs on the same planet?
Well, there is that Iron Aliens, isn't there? Is this some sort of bug hunt or a stand-up fight? They might have already done it.
Oh, you gotta wonder, like, but every time, I mean, the bugs are screwed because they're outsizing the xenomorphs. They can chop one in half, but they just get covered in their blood and melt.
That's
so
true. And that's how that guy lost his arm on planet K.
They'd have to team up. The xenomorphs and the bugs would have to team up. Like the aliens would have to like burn holes in like the hulls of ships. I get, but then the aliens have the acid bombs. The bugs, sorry.
The bugs can spray. The big
bugs can acid spray, can't they? Yeah.
Is there enough? Here's a question. Is there enough insect stuff in horror these days?
No.
I feel like it's all birds and shit.
There's obviously been a couple of B movies, but the last one, in fact, the only one I think I've seen in the cinema was Eight-Legged Freaks, which was brilliant, and we need to watch that again very soon.
Yeah, but that's a comedy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Eight-Legged Freaks.
Very enjoyable.
When you have spiders like... They're all the noises they make. And that guy gets a big shotgun out and just starts blowing them apart. It's wonderful. Okay, cool. Good questions. I've got something. I went shopping.
Ooh.
There's stuff. So every year, you may know, this gets talked about every Christmas. There's always weird stuff in supermarkets. There's weird foods and treats and stuff. Candy cane crisps come to mind, or Christmas tree flavor crisps. There's always crisps, pigs in blanket crisps. But the weird thing is, like, a lot of it does smell and taste like what you would expect. Halloween, weirdly, while there is a sort of token effort, it never really goes that far. We've already got loads of Christmas food in the shops anyway, but I've got a selection of stuff I found in Asda for you here. And I thought I might go through and review it. So, number one, we've got a classic. We've got Mr. Kipling 6 Terrifying Toffee Whirls. So let's have a little review. Let's have a little sample. It's a shame you're not here, really, because we could do one each. So here you go. This is a terrifying toffee whirl.
I've tried them. They're fantastic.
Why does it stop? Does it mention crunch? Why did it stop, Rob? It's like a disappointing jammy dodger. Right. 2 out of 5 pumpkins. What's next, you ask? What? Why not? A Mr. Kipling spooky chocolate and vanilla slice. Ooh.
I had some non-spooky versions of these earlier, so I'm interested to see how these are.
Non-spooky versions?
Yeah, just the normal slices.
Chocolate and vanilla, right. Handily, it comes in a little individual pouch, so you can put it in your school dinners. Oh, that's very good. That's much better.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's genuinely. Hold on. I'll give it 4 out of 5 pumpkins. Okay, where have we got? Now you know I like cream eggs, Rob.
I'm really creeped out by the doll on your towel.
No doll.
The doll behind you.
You're right.
There's a doll. There's a spooky, horrible-looking little girl doll on the towel behind your head.
There's nothing there.
Yes, there is. Yeah, but what's on top of the towel?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
The freaking doll on the towel.
There is a towel here, Rob. There's literally all there is. I'm going to show you everyone my underwear now. Look, it's a towel. There's nothing there.
Where did you put it? Where's it gone?
Look. I'm in the way.
Where's it gone?
There's nothing there.
It was there. It was just
towel.
there. Has it been there all along?
What?
Has it been there all along?
That's what?
There was a really horrible, dead-looking little girl sat watching you from your clothes thing.
It was a towel. That's how it was.
No. You're not reviewing any more food until you found it.
No, look. Just because you're jealous of all my treats doesn't mean you can.
Where did it come from? Where did you get it from?
What?
Where did you get the clown? The little doll?
Nothing
the
there.
little girl?
Mate,
I'm not lying. I'm not lying to you. There was a little
no, you're
girl.
just trying to make. Oh, it's so spooky.
You're taking the piss out of me because of the little. Where's it gone?
Right. Streamy goo heads.
All right, fine.
Okay, we've got. Okay, they've got really crap packaging. Here is.
A goo head.
What is that? Some sort of skull?
Yeah.
A pumpkin.
Right.
And. A wolf! Oh, this doesn't show up very well. Wolf.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a wolf.
So to go on the pumpkin, it's a shame there's no witch, because then he could. Happy Halloween, Halloween. Yeah. Right. They're very small. I don't like how small they are. In hindsight, I should have bitten it in half so you could have seen the goo.
I'll take your word for it.
I'll have to have another one. I think there's something inherently wrong about eating egg-shaped chocolates when it's not Easter. Goo. I say goo. Solid white matter. Pretty good though. Could be bigger. 3 out of 5 cups. Is this good?
Not bad.
This is like a whole podcast. I do this all day. Oh, it's very sticky. How's
I'm
your
just
cup?
still. It's just the doll. The doll is
There's no
playing on my mind.
flipping bowl. It's just a goat. Right. But I have to say, my teeth hurt now after that.
Working up.
Okay.
What exhilarating podcasting we've got going on yet again. Press.
Oh, what's this spooky treat? It's Warburtons.
Wow.
Ooh, let's review the Warburtons. Okay. Okay, what spooky goodness are we gonna get inside? I'll stop rustling.
my goodness.
What spooky goodness are we gonna? Oh,
It's bread. Oh my god.
it's a ghost. It's ghost bread. Warburtons.
Ghost bread.
You're gonna look, Rob. It's a ghost of a little girl doll.
Oh my goodness me. It's in the bread now.
But let's find out how it is. It's bread. It's just bread. It's not spooky bread. It doesn't taste like anything. Kind of disappointing, I'll be honest. Not worth it. Oh, on the same subject, there's ghost crumpets. Woo! Look how spooky they are.
Crumpets. Oh my goodness me.
So let's try one of these. Oh.
I'm gonna get some water whilst you're going through these.
I can't believe he's not riveted by this. I just ate a raw crumpet. And he thinks there's little girls around. That's a bit disgusting. I can't remember that time I ate a yummy raw crumpet. Delicious.
Oh. Who's connecting?
Hmm?
Who's connecting?
Is there someone else?
Yeah, someone connecting to the chat.
Oh yeah.
Is it the doll? Have you invited the doll to the chat?
There's no doll.
Question mark.
Did we have a we had a password on this one, didn't we?
Yeah. Shouldn't be anyone else in. I'm gonna type. Ooh, maybe it's your ghosty guy.
Who are you? You've said. Maybe. I don't know if the chat shows up on the.
Huh.
Does it show up? I'm gonna ask him to leave. Hang on. Remove. Remove question mark. Okay. That was weird. I don't know if that showed up on the video, but yeah, we just had someone. Anyway, well, that seems like a natural end. I'll have a part 2 of my treats. Sorry about the technical issues, everyone. We're still getting used to, video hosting and all that stuff. So yeah. Have you got anything else for us, Rob?
No, that's everything from me.
Oh dear, we've still got plenty of time to go. Tell you what, let's have a moment's break. Let's play a trailer for a film that we made.
Oh,
why not?
Yes.
Yes. They came to party.
Get away from me, mate.
They came from outer space. But for these unhappy campers,
Just put this thing on.
things are about to get slimy. If you go down to the woods today, you'd better keep an eye out for quackers. They're mean, they're insane, and they're everywhere. And they've got an appetite for naughty campers. Starring Jodie Bennett, Bailey Pilbeam, Isabel Allbutt, and Blake Aiden. Quackers! They're everywhere.
We are not going back in that tent.
A film we made. Multiple
Yeah.
winning now.
Huh?
What? You're right. We're having audio problems. Can you
No, I
hear
can
me?
hear you now. What did you say?
I said, a film we made.
Yeah, we made it. And did you say it was
Multiple-
streaming now?
It's available on VHX.tv, or maybe we'll put it out at sort of spooky time. Who knows? But we've won like 8 awards for it, mainly special effects, thanks to the wonderful work of Josh Weist, our special effects guy, who's not in at the moment. Otherwise, I'll get him on. But yeah, we've got a few for best first-time filmmaker and that sort of stuff. And did the
What was
lights? Did you see that?
Yeah. Your whole room just lit up.
That was really weird because the lights up.
Oh!
Okay.
Is it freaking William Albert?
I don't know. I'm sure it's some sort of weird.
Oh my god! Grab your seance stuff, man.
Yeah. Fuck. Let's put the candle back on.
Are you William Albert?
William, are you here, William? Oh shit! What if it's Ellie? Ellie Maxwell?
It's not responding to Ellie. It's responding to William.
What about Alexandra Polka Dot Shoe? What's her name? Alexandra. I don't know. My hands are full. I can't change my screen.
I can't remember at all.
Okay,
Mr.
so
What about Fluffy Bubbles the cat?
Bubbles the cat. I don't know if that was outside, but I just heard a cat as well. Did you hear that?
Yeah,
I
I
swear
think
there's
so.
one. Okay, it's obviously just my imagination. Okay. Whatever you are. I should have got the spirit box. Fuck.
Did you kill those children because you had to, or because you wanted to? Did you? What's a good question? Do you hate children?
Bad about murdering those girls and those cats. Okay. Flash the light if you do feel bad.
Flash the light if you happy. You are proud of killing them.
Maybe we shouldn't have done a seance.
Can we?
Yeah.
Put him back.
He agrees.
Are there any more victims? Will there be any more victims?
Flash if you don't like us. This may have been a bad idea. Oh, the candle's going as well.
Let's put him back. How do we end the seance? I'm getting that wiki how article back up.
Did we close it before?
Ending the seance. Okay.
Hang on, let me
Thanks
just check
for
the light
coming.
switch. Maybe there's something on it. One sec. Hang on. Right, well, this is me doing the light. Seems it's not stuck or anything. Okay, well, the light's fine, so weird. Kind of wish I wasn't on my own now. Candle's going a bit crazy, which is good. It's supposed to be orange flavour, but it's smelling a little bit like old tobacco, like ashtray smell, you know? So that's not great. Okay, so should we try and seal it? Should we try and end this thing so we can actually get back to normal?
Alright. Thank you. We gotta say thank you. What's his name?
William Albert.
Thank you, William Albert.
Bubbles.
And Bubbles. We appreciate your guidance. We thank your spirits for coming to our circle and sharing your guidance with us. And then turn on the lights when ready. Okay.
Okay, so turn on the lights. Well,
Yeah.
blow out the candle.
Blow out the candle.
Okay, so thank you very much for coming, William Albert. Pleasure to hear from you. Please go away. The light just turned off when I blew out the candle. Is that supposed to happen?
I don't know. This is uncharted terrain.
Okay. Right, let me just check the light. Hang on a minute.
Why is your room so creepy now? Adam? Adam? Stop being a prick. Come back to the camera. What's that? Adam? Adam? Come back to the screen. Come back. The fuck was that? Bubbles. What? I'm honestly, if you stop it, otherwise I'm just gonna shut this.
They're mean. They're insane. We've met. And they've got an appetite for naughty campers. Starring Jodie Bennett, me, boy Philip, Isabel Allbutt, and Blake Aiden.
Everything seems alright out there. So I don't know.
What?
I just went into the kitchen.
What was that about? Why did you do that?
Huh?
Why did you do that?
Do what?
The whole thing with the breathing and the meowing and the
No,
heavy
I went out
breathing.
the back because I could hear those cats, so I went out to check.
Adam, something's happened whilst you've been gone.
What?
Something happened whilst you were gone. There's breathing. There was a thing on the screen.
Is this you're talking about that doll again?
It's the. I thought I saw like it looked like it could have been a doll's face right in front of the screen. Where did you get the doll from?
There's no doll. Look. All right, you look a bit. What's going on?
Something's not right.
What do you mean? You've got tech issues, then?
It's still in there with you.
What is?
Whatever it is, he's still in there. We didn't get rid of him.
You can see something? Is there something on the screen? Let me wipe the...
I can just feel it.
Wipe the lens. Okay. Better? Was there a smudge? So, you seem really distracted. What's going on?
I just don't feel right.
What's behind you? You've got the cat's, the sort of zebra skin thing. You've got a cat on the...
Yeah.
And someone in the door. Is that your other half?
There's no one in the door.
No, there's someone there, just over your shoulder.
Is there?
Yeah. They're there. Must be you, but it's just quite short, got a look like a hood. You have to go. There's
no one there.
No. Yes, you ran away. Some people are camera shy. Light just turned itself off again. I'm going to turn the main light on.
Oh! Adam is back. It's back.
What's that?
It's there.
What?
Turn around. Look.
Anyway, it was made. The man was later identified as William Albert, 48 years old, from Stormont Road. He was a quiet, brooding man who neighbours claimed to keep to himself, having been made redundant the previous year from his job in London. When police arrived at his home, they were met with a truly disturbing sight. Piles of newspapers and takeaway cartons were stacked up, covered in cigarette ash and hair. Rob, are you alright?
Yeah. Ugh.
Can't be that ill. Only to say that the victims were not found safe and well. And neither was William, who had seemingly taken his own life some days before.
I feel awful. Oh, my head. I feel really sick.
We did say he could enter you.
What? No, he's like, when did we say that?
I'm sure we said that.
We didn't
Don't
say
want
that.
to alarm you or anything, but
Not inside me, is he now?
well, let's really, really hope not. Otherwise, my days are numbered. Didn't do anything. Okay. Rob, did you just come up, please? Let's get a bit weird. I'm gonna try and stop the I can't stop the record. I don't think my mouse seems to be doing anything. Rob.
What is that?
I don't know if anyone can see, but that's
Is that hair?
that looks like hair. It looks like hair in the loft.
Check the loft. Don't check the loft.